want me to speak some real shit, just tell them what they waiting on. Shit, I already done told them, he already done gave it to them. You feel me? Just keep getting it to them, no. All that, go hard, nigga. Don't ever stop. Squeeze weight. Squeeze wide.
What up? Rap Grid Radio.
Shit.
Sonny Bam.
Direct.
My man Cal filming as usual. We got a lot of special guests today. We got a crazy episode today. You know what I'm saying? We got Ness returning.
Bitch, you guessed it.
Yeah, we got my man Syd Vicious in there,
What's goody?
And then we got our homies all the way from the UK, the Don't Flop team. Y'all know what it is? My man Eurgh.
You cool?
Yeah. Y'all know what it is, man. Don't Flop, the biggest rap battle league out of the UK. Like, as far as we're concerned, there's no competition. And fucking opening the US shit finally, man. What's up?
Feeling good to be out here, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit pissed off that my opponent didn't show up.
Man.
But still.
Me too, man. John was supposed to be here.
What
Maybe
up,
we'll
John
get
John?
lucky and he'll hit us like randomly during the episode and fucking show up, you know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But
Yo, man. Let me ask you a question before we get into this, man. The term "don't flop," like, what does that come from? Because American niggas is mad confused. Like, don't flop. What is
Not
that,
just
yo?
American. Everybody. It was just a term we used to use, like still do, but like I can't really use the term now because everyone looks at me like I'm talking about battling if I use the term.
right,
Oh,
of
word.
course.
You know what I mean? Like
we couldn't have been like, man, it's grind time. We're gonna do this shit
You
tonight.
see,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
you
Like,
can't. Like I can't even say the term flop, or I could hardly say the word don't anymore. To be honest.
No,
'cause,
yeah.
Like, but it was just a term we used, like as in if you were going to a club or something, and you know someone's a bit like John. If someone's a bit flaky, he'd be like, "Oh, don't flop," don't, you know, like, and that was it. And then for some reason we decided to apply it to the battle thing when we started that.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, it's annoying because now I can never use the term again. So yeah.
So it's like, don't flake, don't fall off.
But yeah,
kinda.
basically,
true.
because we said it. It was like the most common expression we used all
and
the time.
sometimes when you start some shit, you don't realize like that's just gonna be set in stone. You're like, fuck it, we'll go with that. And then like 3 years later, the shit's like an actual like, you know, the shit's moving, and you're like, well, shit, I guess we're
Well,
stuck
no,
with
like
it.
a funny story. When we first started, we would like I think grind time may have been for a bit when you were partnered with Jump Off for a little bit, like from the early days. We were like years ago, and I remember talking to Ara and Harry, and then being like, if you want to get anywhere with this thing, you're gonna have to change the name. And they really
change it from Don't Flop.
Yeah,
like
they
it was
said to
already
anything. They would literally just like change it
Wow.
to like, you know, Rap Battle League or like the best rap battles, because they just said, look, it's nothing called Don't Flop is ever gonna get anywhere. And like now I'm like, yeah.
Word.
But yeah, for quite a while.
There's all type of terrible battle league names. I ain't even going to get into it, but I think as long as y'all got the battles, I think nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you make your own name. It's like rap names a lot of times sound stupid, but it's like if there was a dude named like, you know, fucking some crazy ridiculous sounding shit, but he was like the illest dude out, nobody would give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, look at the name Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Right.
Right. I never thought about that. That nigga's name is crazy. Oh shit. That's
But that nigga, he's probably the most household rapper on the planet right now. You know?
damn, my nigga Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah. Rap names are ridiculous, man.
But shit,
Speaking of which,
This is a terrible rapper.
yo, where does come from, bro? I
Yo.
mean, like, that's not something that I think people are like aware of. Like, where does that come from?
Do you know what? This is like, if I say this is like fucking up my game with a lot of shit.
Oh, word, this could be used as like material?
No. Not, it's because it's always like when I'm trying to, when I'm trying to like run game on a girl and they always ask me the question, I'm always like, if we sleep together, I'll tell you.
Oh, shit. You Well,
I can't do that with my
luckily,
nigga.
there's like 2 females that watch this shit, so you're good, bro.
Honestly, it's like it's my main line. I'm like, maybe if we get to know each other properly, I'll tell you. Like, but I don't feel comfortable enough around you yet. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. Now, do you know what? Fuck it. No, it's not even a big story. It's just I like keeping it secret. The story is basically that you remember MSN Messenger, like AOL or whatever.
like
Yeah,
IMs and shit.
yeah. MSN was our big one in England, and basically when I first started rapping, I used to always, to a girl that was like my best girlfriend at the time, I used to always type her at bars, and I was really into like necro and like death rap and all that kind of horrorcore shit. Yeah. So, like, this is a true story. Like, so all it is literally that I used to type up all my like 17-year-old verses, and then she'd always reply with as in like that's disgusting. Do you see what I mean?
No, is that like a...
Yeah, as in like you know, the sound that you make,
like
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
That's literally it. That she would, this one girl that I don't even talk to, crazy, right? Would always reply with that, like whatever I wrote, because it was always on some like, you know what I mean, I'll slice your head off and fuck your neck bullshit. You know that stupid necro shit, like and that's what it was.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to spit that
on
to
a
girls.
death mission, strangling some fucking death kittens.
Yo, Sonny, tell people where that comes from.
That's organic. Y'all know that. That's an organic song, is it not?
But like,
that's an organic verse. It was like on the intro to a King of the Rap battle at one point.
Another great bit, another great thing.
He's like on a death mission, strangling some fucking dead kittens, something like that. Isn't that from?
Come on, my man.
Isn't that from?
Come on.
Am I crazy?
Yo, but
I could be wrong.
Before we did jump off, I'll tell you another story. We did the tryouts, the jump off tryouts of 2007. Ara hands me the release form, because they made you sign them before you did the battle in case you were shit and didn't sign them. So we signed the battle before, and it says stage name, real name, and I wrote my real name. And as I was going to write, I remember Archaic turning to me and being like, "Bro, please don't do this to me, man."
Shut up.
What did he think? And he was just like, don't do this, man. He was like, we're just gonna get ripped for it. He was like, you know how shit I think the name is. And he was like, if you sign on this piece of paper, it's done forever. And then I signed it, and he was like, you fucked us completely.
Did he think you were just gonna go with the Govey or something like that?
I don't know. He was like on the whole car journey down to the battle was trying to give me like new names I could go with. And he was just like, just don't do because it's just not going to work for us. Like, and then I signed and that was it.
Yo, that's crazy, because I remember, I was watching shit way back when. I remember Archaic was the man, you know what I'm saying? And you showed up, and it was kind of like, Archaic's boy is battling. Then you started killing it more than him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you even decide, I'm going to wake up and jump in a battle rap and battle 18 people in one day? You know what I'm saying?
This goes back to like when Professor Green, who's like a superstar in our country now, just when he used to just battle, like I just found out about it really, really randomly. Like I can't even remember how, just through Google, just found battle rap, and then just
I'll tell you what,
Archaic
man.
lived in the same city, and he actually, Archaic was friends with my older brother. He went to school with my older brother, so I kind of knew him, and then we've had this love for battle rap, and then he actually pushed me into it. Like I probably wouldn't be like literally sitting here now if it wasn't for him like really being like, oh, do it with me this year. But
before the WRCs, he did a lot of like the one-on-one jump off.
Yeah. We were there in the crowd for a lot of those. Like you probably wouldn't recognize me, but I was there in the crowd just watching, like 15 years old. Like,
yo, were you there when the dude like did like a dragon kick to somebody? It's like they was battling, and the dude said something, and he like kicked him. That shit was crazy.
He said that his he said something about your boy looks like a pussy, and then your boy just jumped out of the crowd and kicked him.
That shit is, imagine that shit.
Yeah, hold on. What happened?
Some Archaic was this probably 10 years ago, probably at least 10 years ago. Like he did a street battle, and he said he looked at the guy and was like, "Your boy is a pussy," and his boy just jumped out of the crowd and like did some like Karate Kid shit on him. Like,
yo, that shit's all. I'll show you that shit after.
It's funny.
Crane kicked him and shit.
Yeah,
his boy really did look like whatever he said he looked like. It was crazy.
Kick the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Oh man.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first started to really get into battle rap, it was probably like a mixture between, like obviously like the cliche 8 Mile shit, the Scribble Jam shit, you know what I'm saying, and then also the jump off shit, because like the first shit I saw as far as like YouTube style, like, you know what I mean, like battle rap was Iron and Mike Assassin on jump off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that wasn't our best moments.
Yeah,
like
the John Goodman on a motherfucking, what'd he say? What do you call him? Like, he said you look like a sack of potatoes or something.
Sack of potatoes.
No, an inverted sack of potatoes. Superimpose John Goodman's face on it.
Yeah, we honestly we kind of brushed that one under the carpet in England. Like,
This nigga Mike Assassin was going around getting him.
Yo, him and Nems though.
Oh shit!
Y'all remember the one with Nems though?
Oh, this nigga like, watch your mouth.
I hope that's still online. Anybody out there that wants to see some hilarious shit, just YouTube Nems versus Mike Assassin. It's got to be still up, right? I mean, that shit is funny as fuck. You got to give Mike Assassin credit though, man.
He did the first ever one, the very
trap.
first. Yeah,
he was in the super trap in like Coney Island, right, with like Nems and all his goons, like not giving a fuck.
Why did I asked Harry this, like, yo, son, like, what made you go to the specific places you went? You know what I'm saying? Just like not knowing nothing about, like, let's go to New York to the most notorious hoods and make this nigga disrespect people in front of their whole fan base and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh
At the end
shit.
of the day, man. I mean, I guess what you gonna do if you not from here and you want to get certified here?
Yeah.
You got to go to the most Grammy spots. I would assume.
Yeah, that's true, man. So yo, let's get into this card, man.
Yeah, let's talk about this
what's going on with the
November 1st
card?
shit down.
What's like, yo, like tell us. You know what? Let's do it a little bit different. Tell us how you put together, a don't flop card in a situation like this where you guys are expanding. Like, what goes through your mind and how do you pick the people?
Okay, as in how do I pick the battlers? How do I pick the
Yeah,
team?
yeah. You could use like the people on this card as example.
Okay,
you know what I'm
well,
saying?
it was more like I realized we couldn't do it without external help, from these two.
Yeah.
And obviously, so I knew these two from the grind time days, obviously. So I hit them both up separately because to be honest, I didn't really know if they knew each other on like a level like that at all. So I hit them both separately and just said, look, I got this idea. Like, I feel like we could do something as a trio and it'd be pretty good. They obviously agreed, and then from there, it's like, it's been quite different to Don't Flop in UK, because in UK, like, a lot of it's left up just to me, like, because they just trust me with it, and I make them whatever matchups I want, I just kind of do. But whereas this card is the first card, it's been like, we've discussed in it like every single battle, like down to the last detail, if it makes sense, if it's like if the fans give a shit about the battle, if it's gonna get any views, like, so it's been a lot different, like having to discuss with two other people every single thing we do, But it's good. It's a nice change to be able to like, bounce ideas and stuff like that.
So how do you match up? Like, how do you find the perfect counterpart? With
What was the
somebody?
first one that we said?
Yeah.
Like, what was the first one?
It might have been Ness. I think we went through all the Atlanta names.
Yeah, I mean, the
So-
first, I think the first and foremost thing was that we thought to ourselves, well, we got a lot of people in Atlanta already, which means we're not gonna have to buy these kind of people plane tickets. It's saving a lot of money, so let's go ahead and deal with like the top tier dudes in Atlanta. So you got your Nesses and Johns and Sias and Syds and myself and Bricks and so on and so forth. So I think we went ahead and did all the locals first. Now I don't think Heartless was the first pick for Ness. I doubt it would have.
I can't
remember how we even got to Heartless. How it
Yeah.
came to Ness.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't remember who it was though.
You saying that sarcastically as if it's like
No, I
who it
genuinely
wasn't. It's
don't
like
know.
funny, no? Or you like dead ass don't remember?
No, for sure. We were going with somebody. I don't know if it was like Real Deal or no.
No, he already battled Real
Yeah, it
Deal.
wasn't Real Deal. Who was it? There was somebody else that we were. Clips or something like that, man. It was, I don't know if it was Clips either.
Just I don't. I'm not
I don't
sure.
remember, but it wasn't Hearts. But then I think Hearts ended up being the best. Like a really good choice. I think that battle is going to be crazy.
So let me ask you this, Ness. Like, it's Heartless, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never even thought about you versus Heartless before. You know what I'm saying? Is he lyrical or like what? Like, just from your standpoint?
I ain't never thought about Heartless before. Cause I mean, that's the homie, man. He's a cool dude.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I've been doing this for a while, so it's like I don't really want to battle somebody unless the chicken is all the way right.
Oh, God.
Or
The chicken is in the car.
Or unless, like it's something there where I don't really like them or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I mean,
ain't
there's nothing like behind anything involved with the Heartless.
what ended up actually selling it is my girl thinks Heartless is the
You called this
greatest.
nigga Hitless. Oh, shit.
Oh shit, yo.
Uh.
Yeah. My girl thinks he's the greatest battler of all time, excluding nobody. So it means he's better than me.
Wow.
Whoa! I
You know,
thought.
so-
Whoa! I thought a couple things. I thought that she told you that he was her second favorite behind you. Second of all, there's a difference. There's a big difference between saying the greatest and your favorite. Because saying your favorite is one thing. She thinks he is the great. I mean, Heartless is the homie and he's dope. Trust me, we wouldn't have him on this card. I'm not shitting on him at all. But damn, I'm just saying.
Thinks he's the greatest.
I'm saying,
And
like,
he's
to
her
say anybody's
favorite.
the greatest is
And
like
he's her
word.
favorite.
How did
So
you
then-
How did you react when she said that to you the first ever time?
I mean, like before, I knew this before we even started dating. I was like, oh, okay,
Nigga,
When you looked at her.
that's cool.
That's
Did she have the
Relationship
t-shirt?
Code Violation, Chapter 7, Article
Had an SO and that shit on her shit.
102.5. Damn.
Rolled up on her.
That's crazy.
I don't fault people for their favorites, man. But at the end of the day, the like that, coupled with the fact when I kind of mentioned it on Facebook, niggas was like, "Oh, you about to die, man. He about to punch your life away." I'm like, "Word? Really? What? I can't punch now? I'm about to battle this nigga, dog." And we got to
So
battle.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to give away your game plan, but has punching back to back for 19 verses in a row crossed your mind?
I mean, see, this is what the folks don't understand, man. That was my style in 01. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody's styling 01, right?
It literally.
Yo, you know how many punchlines I've heard it been with Ness, and he be like, nigga, I said that in 02.
That's true.
I said that in
I got
06.
proof.
That's
It's
true.
all over. It's all over the
That's
net.
true.
I can bring these shits up. You know what I'm saying? Like we can hear it right now. But you know that was my style like in 01. You know what I'm saying? When I used to do my super nerd shit and battle on rap music.
You used to rap like cannabis though, right? When you
What's
first,
up?
didn't you used to do the cannabis thing?
I stopped rapping like cannabis in like 98.
Oh, word.
98. Damn, nigga.
Like 01, you know, I was doing my little super nerd, you know, rapping on rapmusic.com type shit, and that's kind of what got me a little buzz online. And I was doing back to back punchline, and I started looking at it like, nigga, this, you know, I can't dilute my shit with punchlines. I'm gonna say something. So I ain't did that shit in like, you know, over a decade, and it's like, nah, that's the style. If y'all look back at my first grind time battle versus J Focus, I was all bars. But niggas didn't want all bars when I battled all J Focus. He did some funny shit, and that nigga beat me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just gonna bring it back to the essence of what I used to do.
Yo, you ever think about like going back to those old mixtapes and albums and kind of getting some of those punches for this particular battle? Like, were you worried at all about maybe?
Yo, Syd, I feel like Syd is clowning, but he's
maybe
serious.
like if you were to go through like the
Yeah, I can't tell.
maybe like circa
Sid's
01 through like 03 bars you had,
Wow.
and
Put
possibly
your
like
feet on your leg, just with
maybe
foot in
maybe
your
just
leg,
like
you know, that type of shit.
maybe like just go like your favorite song and maybe like spit the hottest verse. Are you worried at all? Is what I'm asking.
Nah, because I don't want to spit my old verses because niggas right now is doing that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So what do you think your girlfriend's favorite bar of yours is?
Snap at his butt like baby clothes.
From one of your mixtapes that you can use against Heartless.
The one where I said Syd fat is ugly and you know he can't rap.
I think you said that in our battle, which I like to mention. If you guys haven't seen that, it is on YouTube.
That's a funny ass battle, yo.
It's a slaughter. It's bloody. Game of Thrones comes to mind. The Red Wedding, I think it's called. Yeah, Joffrey status. You might want to check that out. So I don't know.
Yo, this nigga Syd,
That shit was very one-sided. Only because Syd was in that bitch. Look at it, man.
Yo, before y'all chew each other
Uncle
up.
Phil and Jeffrey was killing it.
Oh my God, yo, they deaded that, they bodied that. Yo, the craziest thing about this nigga Syd, I've never seen this nigga tell more than like one joke in a row in real life before. Wow. This nigga is the funniest person on Facebook.
You know
what I'm saying?
First off, me and Sonny was talking about like this nigga looks like the most grumpy nigga on the face of the planet all day. And if you talk to him on the phone, the nigga sounds like the most grumpy nigga on the planet.
Yeah, word.
All day. As soon as somebody says a joke, man, this nigga's like, you know, he gets into Bruce mode. You know what I'm saying? Like
yo, can you please Syd, take the microphone, man? We got to talk about some stuff, man.
Let's go ahead and talk about Syd's battle then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So first of all, is Syd still battling Clean Paper?
Yeah, Syd's still battling Clean Paper.
So Clean Paper has been contacted, and he has confirmed that he'll be at the battle.
Yeah.
Do you believe this?
Yeah, I believe him. He hit me up several times. We chopped it up. I think he's gonna be there, so I'm gonna start writing here soon.
I mean, I hope, man. And yo, Syd, that's another thing, man. Fuck you, Syd. I'm gonna tell you why, yo. Listen to this shit, man. Syd, after he battled Swave, I was like, oh my God, this nigga Syd, he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna be incredible. This nigga was like, yeah, yo, I wrote it on the ride. What? You the most risk. I'll be scared as hell to lose a battle due to forgetting some rhymes and shit. How do you do that?
I mean, it's just random. Like I said, like I was telling somebody the other day, like there's battles that I prepared for like a month and have forgotten a line, or you know what I mean. Like my Bender battle, I super prepared for that battle. But like the Swave 7, I wrote that shit like Thursday, Friday. You know what I mean. Like I started coming up with ideas that Thursday, and then literally wrote it on the way down. And it ended up being some of my best material. So it's not like something that I necessarily plan, or I just start writing when it hits me, when I get the mood, and it's usually towards the event. And also I get real anxious. Like if I start writing super early, I start changing everything a lot, and I start getting real like I get anxiety over it. Like and so rather than do that, I pick a certain time period to start writing, and then I just I mean, all I do is just recite the bars and remember them. So,
I got the worst memory on the fucking planet. I just finished writing today and I'm nervous, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get how you niggas like you, Thesaurus, Fresco, Soul Kind, like Bill Collector, man. Like, what is the memorization process, man?
Is there a secret?
Well, I usually write. Like, I don't actually write on paper until I come up with most of the verse. And like basically all the verse like in my head. And while I'm doing that, I'm basically reciting the verse line by line over and over again as I'm building it. And so by the time I finish the verse, I pretty much know everything that came before the last couple bars because I recite every time I go to build the next bar, I recite the bars before there to lead up to kind of keep up with the flow, keep up with the, you know what I mean, the schemes. And then once I come up with the full idea for the verse, I'll write it all down so that way I can go back through it and then make every line a punchline if I can. And you know what I mean? So I'll change any line that might be lacking or add a multi or add something to make it more, to hit harder for every line. Because my goal is every single line be a punchline.
With everybody's attention span these days, you fucking need to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, crowds are just trying to hear that fucking Johnny Storm DNA, 2-bar punchline after punchline type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to wait 8 bars for a line, you know what I mean? So,
you know what Syd be doing too? He be saying shit that it looked like he wouldn't say.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did this come out of this big black nigga?
Something than an pagan sculpture. What was it?
Yeah, you smell like eggs and sofa. You need baking soda. What, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Shit.
This a drop from Clean. He's saying, you know what I mean? He wants y'all to know he's going to be here.
Oh, word?
Clean paper all about the motherfucking money green paper. You already know what it is. November 1st, nigga. Don't flop. Be there or you a fucking square.
Bow!
That's
what's up.
He told y'all to be there. Make sure you're there.
Yo, matter of fact, man.
To be honest, I'm more concerned about y'all being there than him. So, you know what I mean?
Did he just send that now?
He sent that like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Son,
That's what's up.
I forgot, man. Speaking of, Syd, you sung the Heartless, man. You sung the Kanye joint, man.
Yeah. That was, man.
I don't remember that. I remember the battle, but I don't remember that.
Homo
Yo,
as a
listen,
nigga
like,
in some
how'd it go?
Speedos.
What'd you
Something like that.
Like just about everybody in this room.
And wait a minute, my bad before you start. That was your first battle? And you were ballsy enough to pull some shit? That's risky,
I had no idea I was
bro.
yeah.
Damn. Did
Like,
anybody tell you how risky that was?
No, like, I mean, yeah.
The only people you had listening to your bars, though, were like Chris ATL and Deuce, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I was normally bouncing bars off Godzilla, actually.
Oh, word.
And like, I would let Deuce hear the bars just because he's such a battle fan. He just would obsess over hearing the bars or whatever. But, you know, I basically would bounce bars off of the both of them, really, Godzilla and Deuce, because Godzilla's super critical and Deuce is, like, not critical at all, and you know he like loves everything. So like, but he also know that's not a shot or a diss or anything because at the time he was very knowledgeable in battling. So I would be able to spit a verse and he would know like, hey, somebody said something similar to that. Somebody, you know what I mean? And I'd be able to, you know. So I'd let him hear the verse for that, and then I'd let Zilla hear the verse just to, you know, for if the punchlines were hard enough, because he'd tell you like, oh, I'm not feeling that, you know, it's not good enough or whatever, and I'd go back through. But funny is, man, like, you know, y'all were talking about, like, the, like, in 07 when y'all were doing the battles and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
And even before that, you were saying, like, 10 years and better. Like, my introduction to battle rap was Conceited versus Immaculate. That was, like, basically my first battle. That
Sonny says Ilmac won.
I'm like the only one on the planet.
Come on, Sonny.
First of all, bro.
Nah,
First
bro.
of all, I haven't watched that shit in like 6 years?
On purpose.
Second of all, Second of all, Conceited's my guy. I'm just saying he used in my mind he used too many Mac lines. It was overkill.
Some of them were incredible,
bro.
Yeah, back then,
my
it wouldn't
guy,
be done like that.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah, back then
I
it wouldn't be
still
done
noticed
like that.
it though. Like after the 10th Mac
Do you know
line,
what's
I was
amazing?
like, my G.
When a fan made the compilation of just Mac.
Oh, they did that. They did that. It was like DNA
that's when it
against
really,
passwords.
Yeah, that's when it really hit.
It was like DNA and passwords.
That's when it hit home, man.
I mean, I would be willing. I would be willing to bet. I would be willing to bet if you counted them up.
DNA is my nigga. Everybody knows I'm Team DNA, but.
Oh, you are?
Word?
Hell yeah.
You are, man?
Hell yeah.
Word?
I'm not talking about verse you.
I'm just saying, like, what are you doing?
I'm talking about in general. We talking about
going against the home squidded eye.
You just compared the two.
Yo, listen.
Man, that shit's not the same, dog.
Yo, Immaculate is a genius. He's one of the best to ever do it in our craft. But he had the Vegeta. He was like holding the arm, like kind of. Like, watch Dragon Ball and Vegeta's like getting beats. Got to hold his arm. He's got to. Real talk. Watch the battle. I swear to God. Immaculate's holding the arm.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Down.
I'm gonna watch it again.
I'll put it on everything.
I'm gonna watch it again.
I'm lying. I'm flying. I'll delete my Facebook and Twitter today if I'm lying. I'm
gonna watch it again.
You got killed, man.
That's
this is what it is.
Oh man, I feel bad.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Syd, you asshole. This is Syd brought this shit up. Fuck you, Syd. But yeah, let's get through this card, man. So we got Uno and Carter Deems. Like that should
it's
be
looking
funny.
like that's not going down, man. I think Uno's got to cancel. So we're actually in the midst of finding a replacement because I think Carter's still down to do a battle.
Yeah,
and
we still gotta replace it.
I'll battle Carter Deems. Fuck it.
No, you won't. Shut
I
up.
know, true.
But do you have any ideas while we're talking about it?
Why has nobody thought about Kruger versus Carter?
Because Kruger's battling DNA in like 2 weeks, and he's not trying to write in a week.
And
and
he's
on
filming
the
Kruger, man.
Asian
You
film.
want my mic, man?
No, I'm good.
You sure, man? Yo, Kruger, man. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I don't even think nobody know this. Kruger is like one of my favorite battlers in the world, son.
Yeah,
Kruger is
and
dumb
he
nice.
And he makes the best tea I've ever had in my entire life.
Makes the best
He
what?
really make you tea?
He made tea, yo.
Hey, yo,
He
son.
made tea,
Hey,
yo.
yo, baby.
Hey. When in Rome.
Yeah. My first girlfriend used to listen to Kruger made a track before I even knew him about making tea. And my first ever girlfriend used to listen to it every day. She had it on her
And you didn't even know him.
This is
You were
like
who is this
this
dude?
wasn't some Ness Heartless like situation. Like this was like.
But I'm saying
this
you'd
is
be like, yo, who is this dude that you keep
like
playing?
nah,
this
it was
song every
basically
day?
that like I met them both around the same time, and I was like, yo, I'm talking. I was like 15 or whatever. I was like, yo, I met this dude. I was like, check this tune he's made all about making tea, and I showed it to her one time, and she's put it on an iPod, and she listened to it all the time. And then I did start getting a bit like, you're taking a piss a little bit now. Like you need to stop. Like,
Yo,
do you know what I mean? But it
Kruger
was cool
creative
for a
dude,
while.
man. I heard some other shit you did, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember what the name of it was, but I heard it, and I was like, true. That shit was hot. You know what I'm saying? Kruger's that dude, man. That battle with Casita was hot, too.
Real shit.
Who won that?
Kruger, 100%.
Who won that, ass?
Oh man, that was one of the first.
Shit, when you are on that shit
It's
don't
one of
count.
them joints
That
where
shit
you know
don't count.
black
URL.
people lean toward the black dude and white people.
See, that's one thing with me. I don't give a fuck about the whole, like when you look at these groups, when you go in KOTD, everybody in KOTD is gonna, in the KOTD group is gonna say Kruger won. Then you go to Unbiased, everybody in Unbiased is gonna say Conceited won. I look at this shit objectively, man. I honestly think Kruger won that shit, man. But black people hate me for saying that shit.
I mean, yo, if you gonna be real about that, it's one of them battles when you can be like, oh, it was just a hot battle and get away with it. But real shit, Kruger won.
It was a
If
hot
you had to
battle.
judge it, Kruger
Same
won.
thing as Sharon
You know what I'm
versus
saying?
Shotgun Shook. That was a great battle, but Shook died, nigga. That nigga died on camera.
True, but Khan had enough charisma to,
Yeah,
pull, you know what I'm
nah,
saying?
real
The soccer
shit,
shit was funny, man.
Real shit.
Football, you know what I mean? But yeah, so Impact versus Bricks. You know what I'm saying? I saw a little bit of Impact, but like, what's his momentum
He's not too known, man. He's been around for a few years though. This is like his first like big break, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Yo, how do you think he's gonna fare against Bricks?
Bricks
Do
doesn't
you know,
fuck
first
around.
off, shout on real talk. Impact's my boy, but shouts to Bricks for taking the battle, man. I got a lot of fucking love for him.
He's actually mad hype.
Bricks
Yeah,
is
no,
hype
bro,
about
like, we've all got all of our team got a lot of love for him for giving him the shot, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's
So,
nice.
yeah, big
Bricks
up for
is
that.
super nice.
But yeah, how does I think he's gonna fare? I think it'll be his best stuff. I think that's obvious, but it will be Impact's best stuff because he's never really he travels with us a lot. He's come to Germany with us. He's come to America. He came to the Cannabis Diz event.
Okay.
He's been around, yeah. I think this is his first battle where he's battling someone who gets over 100K. So I think it will show, and he'll definitely take it seriously.
Do you think his style will match up well?
Yeah, in the way that I think he's got quite an easy to understand accent. So I think he'll go down quite well. He's got a pretty normal.
That's key.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will be able to understand what he says because he speaks really clearly.
Okay.
Because he even in our battles in England, people take the piss out of him for how English he sounds.
Wow.
Because he speaks really like this all the time. Do you know what I mean? So even to us, he's got a funny accent. So I think he'll do well. But lyrically, he's just on this kind of up kind of horrorcore or whatever, but he pulls it off quite well because he's pretty muscly and whatever, so it kind of works. Yeah, so
yeah, I'm looking forward to that joint. And then we got you say his name Agmios, right?
Oh yeah, Os.
Okay.
I don't know if it's. I've never asked him.
We say Agmios. Is it Agmios?
Yeah, Agmios.
Let's ask him when he gets it. I don't know. I've never asked.
What
him.
does that? What does that mean?
It's like it's a Greek mythology. Some Greek shit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that sounds a bit ignorant, but it's some Greek thing like.
True.
Dionysus.
Yeah.
Thesaurus, you know what I'm saying?
But yes.
Some Greek nigga, you know.
Similar for him though, man. He's got a few battles that are quite highly viewed, but he's not really. No one knows him out here really.
He battled Real Deal.
Yeah, that was
Real Deal.
decent. I mean,
a crazy writer too, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Crazy
Real
writer.
original.
And he looked like Sonny from iRobot.
He's had that said to him now as well.
Yes?
Yeah, one
Wow.
time. Yeah, it's finally been said to him in a battle.
That was crazy.
But yeah, like we have a battler. You wouldn't know him. But we have a battler who looks exactly like Xerxes from 300. You know the tall.
Yes, I know Xerxes.
Yeah.
Wow,
we're literally in every battler who hasn't battled him has just been like said, please put. He's called Mr. Reed. They're like, please put me against Mr. Reed just so I can say you look like Xerxes from 300 because nobody has said it.
Wow.
And the dude's like 7 foot tall, shaved head, olive skin, everything like.
Olive skin. I never heard no one say olive skin before. That's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of changed it last minute. I was thinking, should I say dark, black? I didn't know what to say.
That's a
Like,
crazy
well,
talk.
you got to keep it politically correct.
The nigga got tuck bars.
Yeah,
Olive.
yeah. I thought olive kind of fit the
So
description.
is the other QP? He's coming too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a funny
We'll
matchup,
see.
man.
Oh man, the main event, the battle of the night.
There's two main
The
events that
1-2
we haven't
nigga
talked- we haven't
versus
talked about
the
mine or
Nah, I know. I'm
right?
just hyping you up, man. I know what's left, man. I'm just trying to hype you up, Sonny. Thanks, man. Thanks
I
a lot,
just
man.
ruined that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But anyway, yeah, we got Sonny versus DNA and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Sonny, man, like, what are you gonna do if DNA like says like something and then says
Oh,
like,
he's gonna say
and
something.
I drop you
something,
just
I'll
like
tell you
the
that.
man right here just dropped the Pepsi can and people like explode. You just spit your heart out and people are just
He's
like,
gonna be like,
"Oh,
yo, you just
dropped
moved
the
your left
Pepsi."
foot 2 inches.
What do you do in that situation?
He gets away with that.
Well, maybe I write something within my shit. I mean, you know, that could mean that I try to prepare myself as far as like expecting him to do that. So I have something like mentioning that, you know what I mean? Or I prepare myself to kind of like do it back, like rebuttal that shit, you know what I mean?
You know what I think part of DNA style is? Like, he can do that because he's him. But I feel like if he did it and then you did it right after, people would just look at you like, yo, that was whack, son.
I don't know. It depends on how well it's pulled off, man. Like everybody likes a good freestyle bar. Everybody.
No matter what he's freestyling about, he delivers it like he wrote it a month ago and shit.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
He said something with like the most tenacity and confidence I ever seen. something with, I was like, oh shit. And I was like, damn. The nigga said something.
Dude.
I ain't gonna lie. First time I saw it, I didn't even catch.
Yo,
I'm
dead though if he dropped some shit on me like that sneaker line he had with Sketch.
Here you
man.
go
I'm
with the sneaker
dead,
shit,
though.
son.
What
Here
happened?
you go with the sneaker shit, man.
I'm dead though if he's.
I can't lie though.
Has bars
I
like
told
that.
Sonny that he should have like been crossed over because there was a moment in time where like a lot of people would be like, yo, Sonny's the best. You know what I mean? I really think that I told him he got to bring that like Surgeon General Sonny Bamboo, not like bar wise, but like
Well,
you know,
see,
he was
here-
pulling his pants
see,
up.
I've
You can't
heard-
fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying like some people feel like I should be on that shit, and some people feel like I should be on my villain shit, and it's like I feel like the Surgeon shit was probably like my best like angry, aggressive kind of style shit, and my villain shit was probably my best like more like, you know, like animated like joke kind of oriented shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was hard for us to watch, man.
Hey,
He came to our
Yeah.
fucking country and just bodied like our best person and just went home like, see you later. Like,
man, that
it's
shit.
horrible.
That
for
shit
all
was
of us.
crazy.
That
Yeah.
shit. That was just like one of those. We all know the feeling when you're battling and like you're not getting reactions and you're feeling like you're just like running uphill and it's just like you're in quicksand. But like sometimes the opposite happens and you like have the room by the fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you say, you just know they're gonna fucking love. So that was like one of those moments where
And
it's just
to
like.
be honest, I think like a lot of the people there probably didn't know who you were.
Oh,
Like,
I can see that.
Yeah,
I
like,
can see
but
that.
I think it worked in your favor. Like a lot of them they would have probably like 90% would have known Villain because he was real popular at the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of them wouldn't have known WRC and that shit.
Right.
They're way too young.
So
Yeah.
his popularity went down after he battled Sonny?
I'm saying he's back up
Oh,
now. But I'm
okay.
saying Sonny, when Sonny
He
came,
had a great
it
performance.
was more
right
like he
afterwards
was
against DNA.
Yeah, Villain had
Yeah.
won a battle with an American, and he chose Sonny. And obviously, I knew Sonny from time, so I said, "Yeah, good choice, man, good choice." But I'm saying the people in the venue, I don't think a lot of them knew him. But then after like one round, they were fucking loving
Well,
him.
I felt like I was telling y'all last night. I felt like I had the crowd from like the first thing I said when I was like, you spin around in a chair and be like, welcome, you know, like when you go into his house, and like the crowd loved it. I was like, all right, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like when I knew that they were gonna dig that kind of material, you know what I mean? And I had a lot of that. I was like, all right, this shit is about to be fun.
Yeah, that shit was hot. I think DNA versus Eurgh was like one of the craziest battles ever. You know what I'm saying? I love that battle. I was there for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shit was,
right.
The back and forth with that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling Sonny, like, yo, if DNA comes like that. Yeah, I was about to say, if DNA comes like that against Sonny, I think they'll have something crazy.
Yeah, I thought he was great in that battle too. I would say
he was
one of the worst DNAs is probably, we mentioned it already, is like the password shit, right? I mean, I thought that was like the laziest writing.
I haven't seen that. What happened?
Bro, he said pass and passwords are passing every punchline.
Oh no, I haven't.
Every bar, he said, you're gonna pass this. You pass that, like every bar.
And
I'm not just like hating for the sake of hate. I was just saying that he killed it against you. Y'all both killed that shit. But I felt like his password shit was kind of like the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when during me and his battle, when he's dropping the rap bad whatever that scheme is, like I remember that was
crazy.
That was I'm embarrassed watching that back, because that's the only time in my battles where I've done that thing that I hate when battlers do, when someone's dropping something hot and you're like, whatever. Like that's not my style. Like I'm not a guy like that. If you watch any of my battles, anything good to get, watch my Low Pesci Bender battle, when they're dropping the Princess Di bars, I'm laughing so much, it's funny. And I remember DNA's up in my face and he's getting such a reaction, and I just felt like I had to do the like, nah, that's garbage thing. And then when I watch it back, it's so embarrassing, because it's actually like probably some of the best shit I've had to say, because he delivers it like, it's so simple what he's saying, like he's just doing but he says it with so much passion.
Yeah, he
like,
said that shit was
half. That's probably more than half of what battling is, just how you deliver it, make people believe what you're saying.
How you say what you're saying is more important than what you're saying.
He's gonna have a lot of stuff about bamboo, and I'll do this with bamboo. And
I mean, he's a name flip guy for sure. He's a name flip guy.
Well. He'll have a lot of sun.
He's a
There's a lot of sun.
He's a name flip guy, and he's a like local reference guy, and he's a guy that knows how to dumb it down for crowds and shit, and it works for him. The dude gets crazy
you see
numbers.
What he said
I
on
mean,
that?
at the end of the day, he's the third most viewed.
Absolutely, he's effective
in
as
the
fuck.
Galaxy, so, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
effective
that
as fuck.
Because you just make yourself accessible, man. Like
absolutely, man.
Because you can't. You can't really hate on. Like this is the thing. A lot of battle rappers will call him like simple.
He's not a rapper's rapper. Like other rappers will see, like watch his shit and be like, "Yo, that shit is absolute trash." But it's like
people come to events
the average
to see
human,
to see
people that are just the average
him.
people, that's what they're trying to see is shit they can get, shit that's like references that they get, so on and so forth. But he's not a rapper's rapper.
I mean, but that works, because being a rapper's rapper doesn't work for anybody.
Doesn't sell records, you know what I mean, and doesn't get views apparently either. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of times you see Lotta Zay and him going back and forth, and I think that's like a perfect example, because like Lotta doesn't do the numbers that DNA does. We all know that, but 99 out of 100 battle rappers or just rappers would say that Lotta Zay is more talented and just a better MC. I would say. Would y'all say?
I see what you're saying.
Where you get the mic.
As far as writing, yeah.
Yeah, writing. I think Lotta Zay is better. Right.
Well, I mean, obviously musically, I mean, it's not even. It's not even. I'm saying as an artist altogether, he blows him out of the water. But as a battle rapper, in terms of the numbers, in terms of what like the people coming to events want to see, like DNA might be a stronger.
They do like it. They like you said, if something happens, if something falls off the ceiling or whatever, they like someone who. Not every. Do you know what it is? Not every battle rapper has their shit so like memorized so well that they can dip out of it and freestyle, then dip back.
I don't think he cares. I think he'll just stop and just freestyle the whole round. Like,
he's an incredible freestyle.
It's difficult to do that, to be able to just like cut off what you're doing and decide. All right, like I personally would never even try it. I would never try.
One thing, at the end of the day, this nigga DNA is one of the most ferocious and best freestylers that I know. Like in 2009, when we went down to Grizzlemania, we drove from New Jersey to Florida. It's like an 18-hour trip. That's like a 24-hour trip where we went. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga DNA freestyled damn near the whole 24 hours. Nigga didn't shut up once. Nigga didn't repeat himself once.
Nigga loves the freestyle.
I feel like DNA and Sharon are like the same person. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying that for years, man. They actually are.
Yo, so let's get in this last joint. And you know, I want to say something before it too. Like, I think, like internationally, you know, I think he's definitely one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish that he would get the opportunity to cross over so a lot more people could see his talent. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think like I think certain battlers have moments, man. And I remember at Grizzle when you battled PH.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I was like, son. He said only time they say PH1 is spelling phone, and people were like, what? And then like 5 seconds went by, and people were like, oh shit,
Yeah,
my phone is. You know what I'm saying? That's how you spell it. That was like my moment of like.
I still honestly,
like,
I get no lie. I get people coming up to me on the street and all the time about that one. And it's like what, 5 years ago. Like people. Anytime I take a battle, people will comment and be like, "Oh, make sure it's like your PH." I don't think I'll ever top it, which is crazy because I've tried to like advance my writing, but I don't think I'll ever better it.
Sometimes it's just you battling a certain person, and you just
you were dolo as fuck in that shit from what I remember.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you being like the only like foreigner. Like there was you did not roll with a squad at all.
It was literally me. I remember being in a massive truck with Swave Sever and all of them, and I remember just being like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I was like, we were just driving around Miami and I was just listening to them talk about, I'm gonna be honest, they were talking about some shit I didn't even know what they were talking about all the time, like, and I was just trying to nod in the right places, like, yeah, all right, man, like, and then yeah, I remember we turned up to the event, and it was I remember like Ness and all Ness's boys all being in the queue in front of me, and they thought I was some fan trying to get in for free on his guest list.
Wow.
And the chick doing the door, I remember
Melody.
She thought I was just some tag along, and I remember Ness turning around and being like, "You ain't with me," and I was like, "No, I'm on the guest list anyway, bro. It's cool." Like I was like, no, I wasn't trying to get. Yeah, I felt
Melody did that shit.
Yeah, she did that to me too, son. Yeah, that shit to me too, son. When I first met her, yo.
Quit lying.
That's
For
why-
real? Wait, what happened?
That's why I
Tell
call
the
her
story.
assholes. She did the exact same thing.
I felt
to me.
so lonely.
Both of them?
Exact same.
Bruh, I want to hear these
Same
stories.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
dead ass. What the fuck are you're saying? Like the same scenario? Like
The same shit.
where?
That's
Like,
why-
what event?
That's
Like,
why
what
I call her
happened?
asshole. It was at what was the freestyle joint that we all went to in Florida? Me and him.
Lounge
Battles?
Lounge battles. Yeah. It was me, my big homie Isaiah. We walking up. You know, she was taking the money at the pier for the people to get in, and I'm walking up. And she's like, "No, hold on, man. You can't get in here." I'm like, I'm on the list. She's like, "We're gonna have to check with somebody." I'm like, yo, this girl is an asshole.
Top flight
Yo.
security Melody.
Yeah. That's
You know
my
what I'm
nigga, though.
saying?
That's my nigga right there.
Congrats on that event though. 4 years on though, that event was still a classic, man. That was like,
You talking about Grizzle?
just that whole thing being. That's what I mean. I think like the reason I stepped up so much for that event was because of how much pressure I felt, like, and because of what you said about who it was. Like PH was talking mad nonsense on Twitter, and I didn't. Do you know what? I didn't rate him. Like not on some. I'm gonna call you shit because I'm battling you shit. Like I did
For
not
everybody-
rate him at all.
For
like,
all
so-
the Americans, that means like I didn't think he was.
Yeah,
dope.
I didn't like him or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
So he's on Twitter saying he's gonna kill me, that I'm whack, I'm nobody. I thought, all right, then let's see, like, and then I spent the whole plane journey there just rehearsing my. I was like, by the time we got in the battle, I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, man. Like, and then,
Well, y'all had your game faces on.
yeah.
PH,
That was- we didn't
PH is
talk,
my
like-
big bro. He is so passionate about this shit.
Yeah,
man. Like
man.
he's got
Yeah.
like the passion of like a 21-year-old, like dead ass when it comes to this shit.
It was
You know what I'm
pure
saying?
hate. Like this is what I mean. Like if John hadn't been such a flop and a turn up tonight, it wouldn't have been some hate. We just would have had
Right,
fun.
of course.
Whereas
of
like
course.
PH at the hotel, remember when everyone was chilling, like we were like not talking, we were
Damn.
ice grilling each other. I thought it was really
Yo,
corny.
PH,
To be
he's
honest,
on
I
some
actually tried to
MC
say hello,
shit. Like he's
bro.
on some suit, and I'm just
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily on that tip. Like I'm not gonna like mean mug dudes
Sonny
and battle
there's a
before.
list of 3 niggas that's gonna beat Sonny up for shit he said on Rap Gear Radio. Here we go. Go ahead, Sonny. Go ahead.
But like,
that's what I'm saying, that's some real MC
Like
shit.
I had no idea it was gonna be like that. I remember seeing PH and saying, just trying to say what's up, and he was not trying to talk to me at all. Like, so I thought, all right, cool then. And then he was not happy after the battle either. I think he
no, he
felt
was
like,
tight. He was
do you know what
tight.
I mean? Like, from his point of view, I think he'd felt like he got clowned a little bit, like, because there was just me on my own.
I remember he was
and
kind
then-
of tight about it, but yeah.
I think I felt like, to be honest, I felt like in the few days after the battle, he was mad respectful, and he was like, "Yo, you beat me fair and square," and I said, "Cool, thank you," because I do feel like I won. You know what I mean? Like I think I did beat him. So, but then I felt like 6 months went by, and I started seeing a couple comments online, a couple of tweets here and there. I was thinking, you ain't so happy about it anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like it's all had time to sink in or whatever. Like yeah.
So, yo, man, we got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
If you can, man, sum up you and John John's battle and what it means for Don't Flop to finally
and sum up just this whole
expanded,
thing
you know
coming
what I
to
mean?
the States, and you know what I'm saying.
Well, my battle, I don't know. Nah, it means a lot to me because I've obviously been watching him since grind time.
Yeah.
And I haven't battled in a year, so it's just
what
a
was
massive.
your last one?
My last one was below Pesci and Bender, and that was on.
What was your last one-on-one though?
Was it DNA?
DNA. So it's been like 2.5 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. Because I don't.
The one-on-one way different than the 2-on-2. Way different feel.
Yeah.
You know
if I had the time to take them more, I would, but I just don't with what we're doing. But I felt like really, because I was so excited about the event. It's such a big deal for us to come out here, and like we've been planning this since
for the first one. I think it's a great look to have you on the card.
I think it's been like, what was it, February or March? It's been a long plan. So I really felt like I had to be on it to let people know this is a serious, not like a one-off event we're trying to do. So yeah.
Plus, it's just another notch on your belt. Like you've now battled in Miami, LA, and now Atlanta. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
I've taken it just as serious. I've taken it just as seriously as any other battle. Man. I think maybe even more seriously because of like the fact it's like the events are a brand. Usually I get on the plane and it's a King and a Daughter event or whatever, and it's just me as myself. But I'm representing the whole shit we've built, battling him, and obviously he's living here as well. He's got all his fans or whatever, so it's quite a big deal to me, really. But
I think this would be, you know what I'm saying, a crazy battle.
Yeah.
Like I definitely think all y'all battles would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I hope the QP brothers show up. You know what I'm saying? And Sonny, any last words, brother?
Shit, man. I just hope that everybody that's in the area comes out and checks it out, especially if you're a fan of this battle shit, and like we're trying to bring it to this region because it doesn't really, hasn't really popped off like that here yet, you know what I mean? So this is one of the first like big major events to come down here in a long time since the grind time kind of era, you know what I mean? So
yeah, word. Like if you a fan of this shit, man, and you support it, man, we need y'all to come out to this one so that we can, you know what I mean, build the culture here.
Yeah, man, first impression is everything. Like we got to make this shit look good. Like if this shit's not a good look, like, cats aren't going to, you know what I'm saying? Like aren't going to be as interested in like making this shit pop in the future, but if this shit pops off, it's a whole different story. So like we definitely need the support. We need y'all to come out. I promise y'all it'll be well worth the $20. Like, battle heads know that's just cheap as fuck. So, flying people in all over the world for this shit, man, it's going to be an incredible event.
They had leagues in Atlanta charging $1,000 for tickets and they didn't even had no battles. You know what I mean? So come out, man, $20.
Hey, this is my first battle in Atlanta in 4 years, man.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Respect,
my first
man.
battle in Atlanta in 4 years.
And this
What was
is
your last one?
My last one was when I killed the Yogi Bear on
Ooh, we called you Yogi.
YouTube.com. I don't know the exact link, but you can watch Ness die.
Yeah, it's my first time. It's important to all of us, but it's very important to me because that's why I don't battle at home because we don't really have a scene, and I'm trying to spread the word. So we finally got together with a bigger league and we're trying to make something happen. Think about this: every region has a top 5 and a deep bench. Every region except for the South.
You're saying we don't have as many top name battlers as other regions?
No.
I'm going to disagree with you and say that Atlanta alone has as many top name battlers as any city other than New York.
I'm talking about from Atlanta. I'm not talking about John and Side Boy. They're all New York. I'm talking about the South. The South. We don't. It's me, you, and Syd.
Well, Syd's from it's the South. I was going to say Syd's from Texas.
Me, you, and Syd. We don't.
All right, it is what it is. But I'm
But
saying, like, but think about this, though. Like, half the
Texas and Louisiana and all that shit.
We
They
got a long bench.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
got to start in 5. Every region got to start in 5.
So what do you
Start
mean?
10.
You think this Don't Flop USA could be like a thing that could put a starting 5 together? Is this what you mean
Yeah,
for the
it can-
future?
I
But y'all
think
got to
like,
bring
I
in
want-
new talent,
I want-
though. You know what I'm
I
saying?
want
From
us
here.
to inspire other, younger Ness Lee, younger Syds, younger Sonnies to come out and get involved in this because, the South we don't really rate battle rap like the other regions do. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, you need one of the southern celebrities behind the shit the same way New
we
York
do.
people
We
get
do.
behind it. You
We
get
do.
T.I. Ludacris at a battle. You'll see 8 million new people trying to sign up.
We do, but I feel
You know
like
what
what and Sonny and Syd is
Yeah.
doing right now is the beginning of that. You know
Well, I'll call Tip. I'll get him to the battle.
eventually,
You know what I'm saying?
eventually, niggas don't know. I'm calling out like a huge Southern artist, but it doesn't make sense right now. What we're doing right now will make it sense, man. So where we can get more people involved, more battlers, more just more notoriety down here as battlers. You know what I mean?
Well, word. On that note, we signing out. The Self. Let's get it started. 5 popping.
Rap Grid Radio, partner.
Cheer.